Next on Good Morning El Paso, it's been a week since UMC and El Paso Children's Hospital were supposed to come up with a deal. So how have the negotiations been? We have an update.
Some startling findings from Bluebell Creamery. Turns out the company knew about the listeria contamination for years, yet did nothing about it.
And breaking overnight, multiple tornadoes slamming the Lone Star State. Today could bring even worse weather. We have your Storm Track weather coverage coming up.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
All right. This one means business. Possible satellites orbiting around it on the outside.
Severe weather continues to threaten parts of Texas today. Last night, storms spawned several tornadoes, including this one, about 40 miles north of Dallas.
More dangerous weather is expected today and Saturday. The Storm Prediction Center says conditions are ripe to produce even more powerful tornadoes across Texas and Oklahoma. A very good morning to you, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Happy Friday, everyone. But what about back here in the borderland? What can we expect this Friday morning?
Definitely not tornadoes, thankfully, Crystal. In fact, just some winds.
That is right. Like the last few days, our forecast has not changed much. We're still talking sunny conditions, temperatures in the 80s, winds a bit higher than yesterday. Let's start with your clouds and radar map. We are clear out there right now. We're going to remain clear out there throughout all of today. Just as we've seen the last few days, the sunshine is going to dominate our forecast, which will allow for those temperatures yet again to be right around average outside through the rest of the afternoon. On your El Paso right now, temperatures, we are looking at 63 degrees and winds just 3 miles per hour. Over to Las Cruces, 51 degrees your temperature and winds at 3 miles per hour as well. So our winds this morning not a factor at all, but by the afternoon we are talking gusts up to 40 miles per hour possible. We'll discuss more on those wind speeds today and in the days to come, plus a lot about your weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Crystal, thank you. Negotiations continue between University Medical Center and El Paso Children's Hospital, and County Judge Veronica Escobar says she's feeling optimistic. She says both hospitals have made a lot of progress in just the last 24 hours. Children's owes the county hospital nearly $100 million for rent and services. The terms of the deal have been agreed to, but the due diligence process continues. Escobar told us that there will be another meeting on Monday with UMC and the Commissioner's Court.
El Paso ISD has been in the hands of an appointed board of managers, but that will change come Election Day tomorrow. The board had its last meeting last night.
Go back to work tomorrow?
Well, thank you very much for being.
Anything to tell students?
In 2012, former Superintendent Lorenzo Garcia was sentenced to federal prison for orchestrating a district-wide cheating scam. That's when the state stepped in and put in the managers who have been at the helm of EPISD ever since. Together, D. Margo, Carmen Arieta Candelaria, Ed Archuleta, Blanca Enriquez, and Judy Castleberry have all made their impact. The board's major initiatives include expanding the dual language program, moving to digital textbooks, and opening enrollment to the entire county. But now the torch will be passed on to those elected trustees, 4 who have been waiting for their turn, 3 still undetermined. In the case there's a runoff in tomorrow's elections, the elected trustees will not take over until June. In that case, the managers will stay in charge until those trustees are actually sworn in.
Some alarming findings in the investigation into Bluebell's recall. Turns out the company knew there was listeria in one of the plants, and get this, it happened as far back as March of 2013. But Bluebell did not issue any recalls or shut down production until after the products were linked to illnesses, including 3 deaths this year. The Food and Drug Administration released results of investigations yesterday, showing that the most violations were found in Oklahoma. Health inspectors also say the Oklahoma plant tested positive for listeria 16 times since 2013. Neither Bluebell nor the FDA have said why the Oklahoma plant was not closed after repeated findings. 6 families are not waking up at home this morning after their apartment building went up in flames yesterday evening. Now, this happened at the Mesa Village Apartments on the 7200 block of North Mesa. Everyone got out safely. Investigators say the fire was started accidentally by plumbers who were soldering some pipes. The 6 families are getting help from the Red Cross. Damage is estimated at $250,000.
Well, the El Paso Chihuahuas are back home tonight after wrapping up their series against the Fresno Grizzlies. Last night, Chihuahuas were having their own struggles, though, in the beginning. They let up 5 runs in the third and were trailing 6-2 in the 6th, and they just couldn't catch up. Fresno taking the win 8-4. Chihuahuas split the 4-game series. First pitch tonight is at 7:05 against the Las Vegas 51s. Well, why make the drive downtown when you can get a ride to tonight's Chihuahuas baseball game and save you some money? Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live with all the details on Sun Metro's Park and Ride program. Good morning.
Good morning, Hillary. It'll save you money, time, and even patience, especially when you don't have to navigate through the streets of downtown El Paso, especially seeing how busy it gets on game days. Sun Metro officials have seen a decline in ridership on game days, and yesterday it held a news conference to remind the public that Park and Ride continues to provide a cheap ride to downtown. You can park at one of the 5 Sun Metro locations for free, and the round trip costs only $3. Departure rides back to your vehicle begin at the end of the 7th inning, and the final trip is 30 minutes after the end of the game. We asked the director of Sun Metro why people aren't using the Park and Ride as much.
So the services are the same. It's really hard to say why people aren't using it as much, but we hope that maybe when school's out and kids start going to more games, that they'll utilize the service more.
And so here are the 5 locations where you can be picked up: the Mission Valley Transfer Center on Alameda, the Northeast Terminal on Dyer, the West Side one on Remcon Circle, and the East Side Terminal near Sila Vista Mall, and even far east side, the terminal there at Edgemere and Arcipo. And again, you can park there at those terminals for free. And if you have little kids with you, not to worry. Children 5 and under do ride for free. Remember, the first pitch starts at 7:05, so get here. If you take the Sun Metro, you'll have plenty of time to even get something to eat and enjoy the rest of the game. The first pitch again at 7:05. For now, we're live in downtown El Paso. Denise Olivas, ABC 7.
Thanks so much, Denise. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it's an event.
It is a little event, especially if the kids get to ride for free. That's always a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Parents need a break. All right, now I-10 in McRae looking pretty good through our Texas traffic cameras. You can see that traffic is starting to pick up this morning as the sky is brightening out there, but no problems to tell you about.
An Eastwood grad and El Paso native is competing for a big chance to be a Cowboys cheerleader.
But she needs your help. How you can help her represent the Sun City.
And Patriots quarterback Tom Brady finally addressing that Deflategate report, what he had to tell a crowd about the accusations against him.
But first, Storm Track weather meteorologist Crystal Klein has your forecast. Crystal.
And what a good forecast it is, as long as you don't mind the winds. We're going to look at how high those gusts go and talk about the NMSU graduation this weekend coming up.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.